As
right.
we kick on through to our
Lead
Live.
Let's go.
And we start, of course, with Thomas Brady. One of his former teammates, Aqib Talib, and NBC's Football Morning in America's Peter King, they were guests on NFL Network on Monday and had one theme in common: the role Bill Belichick could play in Brady's future in New England.
I got a call from Bill that said, if you want to make a bunch of money, you're going to make a bunch of money. If you want to play some football and win some games, then we got a spot for you here. So if he treated everybody the same in the meeting room, he probably treating everybody the same around free agency time as well.
I think the Patriots will essentially just pick and choose their guy at a low price. Who wants to come and play for the great Bill Belichick? 1 year, $6 million.
Now, let's assume for a moment, guys, that the Patriots and Tom Brady do not reach a deal.
Okay.
And Brady puts, a different jersey on for the first time in about 2 decades, in 20 years. So if you were a free agent, would you follow TB12 wherever he plays, or would you play for Bill Belichick in New England?
No doubt about it. Yeah, of course you'd follow Tom Brady. Listen, they've been making sweet music, the Patriots and Tom Brady, for so long. But going solo is the best theater in all of sports. It's kind of like when Timberlake left NSYNC. It's when Michael Jackson left the Jackson 5. We're going to follow their careers. The thing about Tom Brady is we know that he's going to be successful individually. Sometimes you go somewhere else, and it's the surrounding pieces that don't give you what you need. And oftentimes, there's some solo careers that don't necessarily work. You remember Nicole
Sure, yeah. She on The Masked Singer or something?
Yeah.
It didn't work?
Listen, the Pussycat Dolls might have been where she wanted to stay.
Where are they now? It's not like
They just got back together for the record. but that's
Okay,
another
thanks,
story.
Nate. Great analogy.
Don't you?
The point I'm trying to make is there's certain solo careers that you want to see that work, and there's certain that don't. I feel like Tom Brady, if he leaves, it's not going to work.
If you're a free agent, would you rather follow Brady wherever he goes or go to a place that has sustained success over the last 2 decades?
The point I'm trying to make is the best fit for him might be to stay. The Pussycat Dolls are the Patriots, okay? If I'm a free agent, I'm not going to go with Tom Brady somewhere in a new system. I'm going to stay with the Patriots.
Depending on what you read, and a lot of it's very unsavory, Michael Jackson maybe is never Michael Jackson, but his father coaching him behind the scenes and whatnot.
Bill Belichick?
Yes, listen, you go with Belichick. You go with sustained success. Nate, I'll pick it up right where you left off. In the game today, you're not trying to get in the studio with this rapper or this singer. It's the producer.
Ooh.
It's Pharrell. It's Mad Lib. It's Benny Blanco. All right? You're talking Hollywood. You want to work directors. Scorsese, Greta Gerwig, whatever her name is. Fantastic. That's who you want to work with. And here's the greatest pop single that Bill Belichick has ever dropped. Do you want me to hit you with the 2008 Patriots? Because I will hit you with the 08 Patriots. Lead singer's gone. There is no Timberlake. There is no Michael Jackson. That is absolutely Matt Castle leading an 11-5 team. All right? This is JC Chazet and Kirkpatrick and Fat One and all of them, and they are winning. Matt Castle never started a game in college. Guys, 11-5 without Tom Brady. I saw Belichick win games with Garoppolo, with Jacoby Brissett. I've seen him do it in Cleveland with Vinny Testaverde and Mark Rippon. I never seen Brady go solo. I'm going to Belichick, and I'm waiting for the platinum records on my wall.
And yet
What, Peter?
there is a history of these great quarterbacks motivated by their former homes not offering them the same money or going with another quarterback and having great success right away. I look at Joe Montana with the Chiefs right out of the gate. This is him against the Broncos, of course, in that famous Monday night game. But they went 8-3. They went to the AFC Championship game. I could tell you this, the 49ers, they didn't have as good a year in 93 as the Chiefs did. How about Brett Favre at the Vikings? Goes to the Jets for a year, then goes in 09 and goes 12-4. Throws for 4,000 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Destroyed the Packers.
And destroyed the Packers twice.
Yep.
And they take the Vikings to the NFC Championship game. And lastly, Peyton Manning's first year with the Broncos leaves Indy. They go with Andrew Luck and start over. He goes 13-3, throws for nearly 5,000 yards, and has 37 touchdowns. So my point is this. Motivated veteran quarterback who's being told by a former team that, you know what, we might not necessarily need you. We're going to move on also. I don't know. It seems like the veteran quarterbacks that are Hall of Fame caliber, those guys usually find the motivation and like their new homes. It's going to be happy and sunny wherever Brady goes. I can't imagine it's going to be too shiny and bright wherever Belichick stays without Brady for those initial first few months.
Well, I'll say this, and speaking with players across the league and every team, you ask them who their top guy is, who they want to play with. almost everyone will mention Tom Brady in that conversation. I mean, the amount of respect that guys has, and Nate, correct me if I'm wrong, but the chemistry that you have with a QB, especially if you're a part of that receiving core, guys live for that. They want that. So I'm thinking a free agent looks at this, especially at a wide receiver position, someone on offense, and they're like, where's CB12 going? That's where I'm going. I don't care where on the map it is.
I respect that. I respect definitely. If the system fits, people will follow Tom. But, listen, you got to stay in New England, Tom, because that's where everybody wants to go. Chance to win.
Listen, it's cool to play with Tom Brady. It'd be an honor. You want to catch passes from him. Do you want to win? Can you picture a Bill Belichick team going 6-10? I can't. Or 6-11, as it turns out. It won't happen. Peter, you were selling us on Jarrett Stidham yesterday, the young guy. They bring in Andy Dalton. They'll go 10-6. Tom Brady? It might not work out. We don't know. There is no way a Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels, by the way.
Okay, so
I don't think
I disagree.
This is a good debate.
This is a good debate.
Let me put this out there. If Brady goes somewhere else,
they're not making the playoffs.
Wins over whoever he goes to, you would take the Brady side over the Belichick side. The Patriots without Brady are going to win more games than Brady with a new team?
I think so. I have unbelievable trust in Bill Belichick. It's the Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, Kobe thing. I've always thought it's a little bit more Belichick. I do. And Tom Brady's fantastic, but are you telling me it's him, a tall, immobile, good leader, good thrower, or is it really like the greatest coach ever? Nate, I just showed you an entire season in which Brady was gone.
Yeah.
And they won 11 games. 11. That's checkmate from me.
I hear what you're saying, but I completely disagree. Without Tom Brady, the Patriots will not make the playoffs.
But we don't even know.
I don't know who their quarterback is.
You don't
will not
think
make
in
the
a vacuum.
playoffs.
You think he means that much to them?
You're talking about Stidham. We're maybe possibly bringing in another guy. As it stands right now, if there isn't a free agent of one of these quarterbacks on the list that isn't in a Patriots uniform, you're talking with Stidham right now as a starting quarterback, they will not make the playoffs.
So fine, put any of them. Put Jameson, put Mariota. I mean, they will not make the playoffs without Tom Brady. He's that important to them.
He is that important.
I would argue that there is no chance that Belichick is going to be found and caught with his pants around his ankles, like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Like, if they don't bring back Brady, there will be a contingency plan. Those guys are as dialed up as you think they're going to just suddenly be God-smacked and be like, oh my gosh, we can't compete?
I feel like
you have someone else winning the AFC East, even if Brady's.
I feel like that's being dismissive to Brady's talent. I know I make the argument all the time that Brady is the GOAT, but also the best system quarterback of all time. If Brady is gone, we will see a significant drop-off at being the leader of this team at the quarterback position.
I'll give you an opportunity to retract that statement.
I don't want to retract
that
statement.
Let me put it out there. You said without Tom Brady, regardless of who quarterback, the Patriots will not make the playoffs.
Yeah. Now, if Teddy Bridgewater is there, it's a different team. As it stands right now, who is the backup? Stidham. They will not make the playoffs. There's only a couple of quarterbacks that are free agents that I'll say they have a chance to make the playoffs. Teddy Bridgewater's at the top of that list. If Tom Brady's in a different uniform, this will be a different Patriots season.
So that means
it will be
the
like
New York Jets are winning the AFC East, or maybe the Bills or the Dolphins. Don't you think it was really compelling during the Deflategate suspension how Garoppolo came in and was just great? Jacoby Brissett, who've never seen the field, wins the nationally televised game. Like, don't you think that's Belichick? That's compelling as hell, man.
No doubt about it, 100%. But the combination of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, that means more than one of these guys standing alone.
You're saying it's the recipe, not just the individual ingredients.
Exactly.
How about the combination of Ron Rivera and Dwayne Haskins? Is that one going to stay? Because what are the Redskins going to do with that number 2 pick? There he is. He says he's working hard. He says he hears the noise. But is that man's entire life going to change in the draft in Las Vegas? And speaking of Las Vegas, if you are the Las Vegas Raiders, which I'm still getting used to saying, would you rather have that gentleman, Derek Carr, again? Would you rather go with Marcus Mariota? Peach Eggs tweeted